Hello, everyone. I'm here with another episode of Language Talks. I find it commendable when people combine their language proficiency with other businesses and prove to be successful in all their ventures. I'm here with a guest today who is a globetrotter and a language buff. Let us talk to such a multifaceted personality who has proved his expertise in languages and tourism. He is Mayuresh Kulkarni from Pune. He is a mechanical engineer by education and he knows German, Russian, and French in addition to Marathi, Hindi, and English. We will know after talking to him how he developed his language skills and combined them with his occupations like translation, interpretation, and tour operation. Hi, Mayuresh.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me. It's a pleasure to talk with you.
Same here. Same here. Always pleasure.
Yes, ma'am.
So I can see, Mayuresh, you have a beautiful background there.
Yes, ma'am.
So I would like to ask you, which part of the world are you just now?
Yeah. Yes, right now in Pune, and yes, in office right now.
Okay.
So I hope that this interaction might be helpful for those who are watching this video.
Yes, certainly it will be. My first question is, although you are an engineering graduate, you took up a career in languages. So how did that happen?
Yes, it was just a coincidence.
Mhm.
Languages. Actually, during my 10th standard, I was dreaming to go to arts, but as my father was engineer, I also think that I should be also engineer. So I opted engineering and I passed in 2000. And later on, after 2002, I started part-time German language course in Ranade Institute. And later on, I did diploma again, and then company sent me due to my language skills. Luckily, I was the only person who knows that German language at that time. Although I was not, I did only diploma in German language. But company sent me for an assignment there, and I was there for almost 1.5 years. So and luckily there also I got a friend who was 60 years old, and that guy cannot even speak English language. So that helped me to learn German language. And later on, when I came back, I did advanced diploma and then special diploma. Luckily for me, Rajguru sir was also there during translation course. And at that time, he gave me some translations, part-time translation, as I was working in an engineering company, because at that time, Volkswagen and a lot of companies were coming to India, German companies during that time. And I did a lot of translations part-time and I was working. And so I was into this language translation business.
Wow, that is a nice journey.
Yes.
Great. So German you have done, and what inspired you to learn Russian?
Yes, as I completed German language technical translation course in Ranade Institute, on not technical translation course. After that, I thought that now language learning is more happening thing for me rather than the day-to-day. So to say, going to office was a little bit boring, and language learning was more exciting. So at that time, I thought to have something different because of the translation business. So I opted a different language. My friend said that Shailesh, who was actually who already done Japanese and German, and now he also want to learn Russian language. So I also thought that we will start learning language, and that was a really good point for me to choose Russian language. And that helped me a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Before I go to your tourism industry business, I would like to ask about your home translation bureau.
Yes.
Yes, and even you have shared many assignments with me, and we have worked together, and it was a wonderful experience.
Yes.
To work with you. So can you tell us about this company and what services do you offer?
Yes, Home Translation now is around 15 years old company, 15 to 6, more than 15 years. As I
Okay.
was working in one company in here as in CAD/CAM industry, mechanical engineering, I was doing
Mhm.
part-time translations. And as I said, after my translation course, I was doing part-time translations as just as a fun. But later on, I was I formed a team of different students, my colleagues
Mhm.
in the classes, and then we were doing different assignments. But then the work at that time was so huge, and at
Mhm.
one point of time, I had to decide whether I have to do translation or whether I have to work, because I was just working during my lunch break. I was working at
Oh,
nights every day for translation. And at that time, you might know that during 2004, 5, 6, 7, at that time, we were having 5 lakh word count, 10
yes.
lakh word count kind of jobs. And
True, true. It
I
was
used to do
crazy.
that. So you might remember such kind of work at that time, which we
Yes.
did manually, word
Good.
files from different T systems and different kind of companies we did. And
Good.
now, yes, after that, I have to quit, and I started own translation in 2008. And
Okay.
from then, I started working as a translator and a technical translator, full-fledged. Yeah, and my office was at that time
Okay.
at Shanghai.
Okay. Okay. Great. So, which languages did you offer? And I mean, still offer from this bureau?
Yes, we offer nowadays all languages. As you
Okay.
know, we have to now cater different. But later on,
Mhm.
luckily, as I was from Marathi medium
Mhm.
school, my Marathi language skill set also helped me to do interpretation in Marathi English, or sometimes German Hindi kind of
Okay.
translations. And
Mhm.
yes, now we are catering to many
Mhm.
languages, as we have different teams, or we can get assisted by from different companies as well. So
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So, how do you approach these texts? Translation of different kinds of texts, technical or literary.
uh, uh, as I will again, correlate with my working experience when I was working
Mhm.
in a company. At that time, I was working
Mhm.
in Germany, and at that time, I was doing translation as well. So
Okay.
during that time, I was meeting different German
Mhm.
working there in John Deere Werk Mannheim there. And that time I come to know different words or different specific company specific jargons.
Mhm.
Later on, I was
Okay.
working with a different company called MTU, and then also 2 3 different companies. So
Okay.
all these company specific jargons I
Mhm.
luckily learned because of the German language.
Mhm.
And literary, I was luckily also having colleagues who were into literary translations. So
Mhm.
there as well as here. So that helped me to, to approach different translation techniques during the
Okay.
translation.
Wow, great. And about interpretation, how do you handle challenges while interpreting or during the assignments? There must be technical jargons or cultural nuances, or
Yeah.
there may be rapid speakers.
Yes,
So, how
exactly.
do you handle them?
Yeah, it's a tough task actually.
Uh-huh.
Interpretation, you need a lot of experience, and
Mhm.
all your experience is tested there during this interpretation, as you might also experience previously, as you are also in the
Right.
same background. So interpretation work is always demanding, and
Okay.
working with Germans is always a daunting task, because they are very specific, methodical in their
Mhm.
thinking, as well as during their working period. So
Okay.
that's I was luckily during October, this October, like 3 months back,
Mhm.
I was one of my friend who is owning a company, and he asked me to come to Germany for interpretation for his lift.
Okay.
He's owning a lift company, so I was there in a
Okay.
for this interpretation for Ausburg
Mhm.
Messe.
Mhm.
At that time, in during that Messe, I experienced that, for example, Bayerisch German, then
Mhm.
Schwäbisch German,
Oh, okay.
Deutsch, such kind of things. Due to this traveling, luckily, I come to know more and more
Um,
words, and I think more traveling helps me to enhance all these wordings and during the
mhm.
interpretation. So I guess Even during my this career, I did some jungle safari interpretations as well.
Oh, okay, that's
I took
interesting.
yes, I took German. Luckily, one
Um,
company were having German guests for Nagpur tiger safaris, and at that time, even I did a lot of safari interpretation. The guide who will speak in Hindi or that Marathi sometimes, and then I interpret it in English. So that was also a nice experience for me.
Wow, jungle safari and language combination. Good. I forgot to ask about the tools, translation tools, or even interpretation tools, or gadgets, or equipment. What do you use while doing these tasks?
During interpretation nowadays there are a lot of during simultaneous interpretation. This
Oh,
year only I saw this simultaneous interpretation boxes are there, and there are
okay.
new tools which the company normally arranges for that.
Hmm.
So during interpretation, I have some mics and simple techniques. Nowadays
Okay.
there are apps where you can give
Okay.
yeah, give specific speakers for
Hmm.
group tours as well. But
Okay.
for interpreting for translations now we are using Trado's new Studio 2021 version, and for Adobe nowadays there is a lot of challenge with machine translations as well,
Okay.
because yeah, we use with Trados we use some machine language methodologies in Trados,
Okay.
and
Mhm.
Acrobat. Yes, we use Acrobat as well for
Okay.
translation techniques. So these are the
Okay.
main tool techniques I think the new translator should use. Now
Mhm.
new Trados is really good. It can
Okay.
automatically translate the text. It can directly accept PDFs, scanned
Okay.
documents. So I
Okay.
think these are new. These are really good techniques for new translators, those who want to
Hmm.
aspire their translation career.
Those who don't know what is Stratos, can you tell them what is it?
Yes, so Trados is a
Mhm.
translation tool which you can import a document, any Word or Excel document in that, and that converts it into a easily viewable different.
Oh.
You get a two columns in that. One
Mhm.
will be German, and then on the right hand side you have to translate the text.
Oh.
So when you translate the text, you can export the file, and the file will be the same whatever you have imported. For example, it's
Mhm.
an Excel file. You don't need to take care of you don't need to work in that Excel file.
Mhm.
You just work in the Trado software. You get it automatically converts it into a two column system, and
Mhm.
on the right hand side you have to just translate, and then when you export the file, it automatically formats in the same way which is there
Okay.
in the source file. So it is easy.
Mhm.
So for example, if you have a PDF, you can just
Mhm.
import a PDF, translate it, export it. The file will be the same with most of the formatting will be kept
Mhm.
as it is. So it helps a translator because formatting is a very difficult task for
Mhm.
us. So I
Right.
think Trados will help in that case.
Yes. And it
But
creates memory also for us.
yes, and
So,
that I am not because it's very difficult to explain in this about it. But
episode.
yes,
Yes.
memory is also an advantage. But I am using a licensed version of that, so that
Oh,
it's good to have that licensed version, and I'm using
right.
latest Trados version.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. So then, Mayuresh, what motivated you to become involved in the overseas education sector?
Yeah.
So that was a
Um,
great shift, right, from
yes,
the work that
yes.
you were doing.
We were working with Russia during
Mhm.
the period till 2020, and
Mhm.
before that we were dealing with study tours since
Mhm.
2012, and then we as we were academically we were dealing with a lot of academical institutes,
Mhm.
universities in Germany as well as in India or in France.
Mhm.
So, but after COVID, we were unable to do our travel business again. So
Mhm.
after COVID, luckily we have to now shift all our even the translations were not that flourishing during that time.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this pandemic forced us to shift to a new career, that is educational consulting.
Okay. 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 Great. So, can you share some insights into the most popular destinations and courses among students now, those who are seeking overseas education?
other than US, Australia, and Canada, nowadays students are really interested to go to Germany and France. Germany now is really upcoming for most of the students because the education is free there,
Okay.
and lifestyle is good, and the income, and even during internship, students get a lot of good pay during the internships as well. So I think as per my experience, Germany and France, and even during this 14 July, Prime Minister Modi visited during Bastille Day, and this is now helping as well to promote France as an education sector. Nowadays, France is also offering a lot of scholarships, and a lot of fees are now reduced for Indians, and even they have now visa extension, new for students, they have now new offers. So I think France and Germany will be really good for students, those who are thinking to go abroad in Europe.
I see. How do you assist students in adapting to a new cultural and educational environment in a foreign country?
I think language is a big factor. So if I recommend students to learn that language so that you automatically get you automatically get to know about the culture, and then slowly you can adapt to that country, and then you come to know a lot of things, insights about that country. So I recommend students to learn a language at least A1, A2, so that you come to know ABC of that country.
Oh, okay. That is your approach. Nice. Yes. In what ways have digital platforms and tools improved the efficiency of your operations overall?
Yes, I think nowadays Google Worksheets, Zoom meetings, digital, like this new Trados, and even the machine translations are really helpful. Even there are plus and minuses, but still, I think these new techniques has helped us like anything. I think due to that, we can definitely have a really good future in any business, irrespective of travel or translation or education. So I think new techniques are really good for even for me.
Mayuresh, you are working with so many educational institutions. So I would like to know, how do you establish the contact and how do you maintain the relationships? I'm sure it's a huge task.
Yes. Luckily, we were in cooperation with different German, French teachers due to translation business, and this helped me to generate contacts with the schools and universities. Actually, the German teacher are our so to say brand ambassadors to get connected with the universities.
I see. Okay. So one thing led to another, we could say.
Yes, definitely. So, and with word of mouth, we get connected with most of the universities and institutes.
Okay, great. How do you adapt to changes in the global education landscape, such as shifts in immigration policies or emergence of new educational hubs, or even the student interest also keeps changing from time to time? So, how do you handle that?
Yes, it's really difficult nowadays. After Corona, we are now adapting to lot of different new things, as you said. Yes, we have to somehow be flexible with such kind of adoption, and yes, we need to be flexible and adaptable with that system. So yes, the flexibility in business is the only key for this.
Is the wow, what an answer. Flexibility, yes. Yeah. I would like to know your future plans. Any other business you are diversifying in?
Yeah, this new educational is we have just started this educational business in where we are promoting internships and higher education. So this is the new thing. I would like to introduce internship in France or internship in Germany in future, so that our students will get an opportunity to see that country, experience the working, get to know the working nature there in that country. So these are the future plans. I hope that next 2 3 years we can do it.
Wow, all the best for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
I wish you all the best for all your future plans and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.